don't get a lot of people on my live, but you know, it's cool. Uh, so I wanted to talk about, you know, living on disability. You guys know I talk about this because, you know, it's a thing. It's a factor. You know what I'm saying? In my life, it is what it is. But some of you may or may not have disabilities. I know some of you are veterans, so y'all got some disabilities out of my veteran people, and some of you who are not veterans, y'all also got some disabilities. So some of you might already be living on disability, so you know you understand the struggle. Uh, you don't understand the limitation of your finances, especially if you were not born with a disability, but it just happened to you. Like in my case, my disability happened to me, uh, and it bring out something I was born with, and I didn't even know. I just know my condition just start getting worse once I got into my 30s, and it really got, you know, it really started to, you know, rear itself up when I hit my 40s, and I started slowing down drastically once I got into my 40s. All that running and, you know, stuff I used to. Sorry, my internet is not the best, but I'll be coming to your channel, Queen. I just want you to know that I'll be stopping by, you know, and be trying to keep up with some of the stuff you talk about. But I don't watch Power. Like a lot of stuff you watch, I don't watch. So, but I still stop by and, you know, say what's up, give you a like, you know, try to listen to some of your music. You be jamming a little bit. I'll be like, okay, it's the Queen out here jamming. But yeah. So, but yeah, living on disability. So you guys know that, you guys know that, take some of these old appliances that are out, and then I'll flip the appliance. You know, I'll try to resell it. I'll try to do something with it. Take it to the junkyard. You okay, babe? Hey, take these glasses off. He will be taking over production. Oh, who's that? I'm taking a break of my friends and doing my. Oh, okay. There it is. Do your own editing. Yeah. Oh, okay. Somebody else is doing it. That's what's up. I don't really do too much editing on YouTube anymore. Uh, I just don't. But I don't do a lot. I don't. I don't. I don't know. My mind is just kind of in a different place. But anyway, so living with disability, I'm not going to talk too long. But so yeah. So my advice is like get yourself an extra, like a little something you can do that isn't hurting you, like YouTube or something. Just a little, just something, and try to keep your mind, because you know I still wake up every day like I'm going to work. You know, and I still get up early. Don't lose that. You know what I'm saying? Because now I got to figure out. You know, I got to figure out, am I going back to work? But I don't think I can. I found something out I would like to do if I did go back to work. Uh, will be more diverse. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that's what's up. Switch the game up. But I found something that I would like to do if I did go back to work. If I could actually do it, and I wouldn't mind being uh, a public safety officer. I wouldn't mind being a public safety officer. And why I choose that is because one, I like public safety. Two, my degree is in healthcare. Uh, Three, I don't want to be stuck in an office. I don't like office politics. I don't want to have to compete with Lisa and them. You know what I'm saying? Marge. I just don't want to compete with them. I don't. I just so a public safety officer gets out of the building. You know, a lot of things that they do is in travel. You know what I'm saying? They have to go from spot to spot, and I like that. You know what I'm saying? You got to have your own vehicle. I got Big Blue right here, but I figure, if I was making, $24, $25 an hour, then I would be able to afford me I would just get a Chevy truck. Either that or I would get a Chrysler 300 or something, but probably a Chevy truck. Uh, get another used Chevy truck and, be on the road and put some miles on that. So that's what I would like to do. I wouldn't mind being a public safety officer. I'm not good with office politics. I know people in the offices are afraid of me because I'm tall, I'm dark skinned, I have a surly look about me. I'm under pressure. I've been under pressure all my life, so no, I'm not happy. And when I walk into a building, they feel that, and I'm like, good, feel that. But there's a place where I can go where that energy is accepted. Not everybody is afraid of me, and that's the biggest problem of working in offices. A lot of these people are afraid of you. They're intimidated by you. It's just like, there's a time and place for everything. Not everybody is happy and smiling and all that. No, when you beat somebody all their life, they not happy. So you feel that energy. So the best thing is give that person, that person's educated, that person's smart. Don't deny that person the right to work. You know, I serve my country, state, city, work for the Ohio House. I did a lot, but these people will deny you just to be denying you. This big black guy, ooh, a big black guy. It's just like, get out of your own way. Like, you know, we're all in this country together. You better figure it out. So, I wouldn't mind being a public safety officer because of the travel. It's a lot of time by myself. They just shoot. And I'm the person that go. They go, hey, they point, and then I go, and that's cool with me. You know what I'm saying? You need me to go within the tri-state area. You know, I think I'm really starting to get into epidemiology. I like epidemiology. It kind of fits my personality. So I would probably get a master's degree in either healthcare or public safety, and then I was looking at trying to get a doctorate in epidemiology, but money and time and all that. But if I did end up working for one of these spots as a public safety officer, uh, then I'm gonna go ahead and get my master's, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get my doctorates. That's just what I'm gonna do. So that's what I'm looking at. So those who have disabilities, you know what I'm saying, if they're manageable, I have to take painkillers. If you got manageable disabilities and you're contemplating on working or not working, you know, I mean, I could live like this for the rest of my life, but the problem is I'm poor, and I don't want to be poor. I'm talented. I have a degree. I don't want to be poor. I don't want to be poor. Uh, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to have to fight for scraps and that. I don't want to do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And when my rent went up, now it's like I'm in a position where, I'm almost forced out because of, the cost of it, a living. You know what I'm saying? It's like like living on disability, you don't get a lot of money. So you're forced to start working. You're forced to do something, and that's what it is I'm forced to eventually do something because rent is going up everywhere. It's not it's not like one spot rent's going up. Rent's going up everywhere. So eventually the money that they give you, it stays the same. It doesn't go up because of cost of living. Your SSDI doesn't go up. When they raise your rent, the SSDI doesn't give you more money. You in a worse situation. Now you can't eat. You know what I'm saying? So you're like, I gotta do something. I can't ask my family for money. I don't want to be a burden. So you in a situation where you gotta, like, okay, how bad is my disability? And another thing is, it like in my situation, you know what I'm saying? Going to the gym helps and hurts me. If I go to the gym too much, it'll hurt me. But if I don't go at all, it'll definitely hurt me. So going to the gym and then doing calisthenics and stretching and all that, that helps over a long period of time. It strengthens your body up so you can pick things up and move things and not have to be codependent on somebody else. So, I'm telling you guys, if your situation is like that, do stuff around the house and exercise. Don't just sit around and think, just sit around. Don't do that. Don't be sitting around eating donuts and ho-hos and think that it's not going to affect you. It will. Next thing you know, you got all that extra weight and it's not going to help you. It's going to hurt you. So if you can, get up and do stuff. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. Do I go back to work or not? The program for my student loans is almost over with in 2020. I think at the end of 2020, I'm not even sure. So I got a year. Yeah, I got about a year. Yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, I got over a year left. I'm still on that program where I can't make too much money. But eventually, but I've been, putting my resume and stuff out there, and people been calling me back. Some jobs I don't want. I got my resume on Indeed, so people on Indeed have been seeing me and trying to get me to jobs that you don't want to do. I don't want to sell life insurance. Nothing wrong with it. I just don't want to do it. Product demonstration. Some of that is hokey. I don't want to do that. Uh, there's all kind of, they want you in a warehouse. I don't want to do that. I don't even think I can. Restaurant, they want you to, I've worked in all those places before. I've done all those types of job before, so I already know what it is. I don't want to do them because I know the end result. I can't do that stuff anymore. That's what being disabled is. I wouldn't last too long. Nonetheless, I can do leadership positions that don't call on me to move stuff all day, every day. If I'm not the one, picking up 60, 70 pounds consistently, every now and then it's not a problem, but consistently, I can't do that no more. You know, I can't do that stuff. So there's just a lot of stuff I can't do where I know that I'm going to be out like in a day. Like one day. Like even being a file clerk, if you got to pick up a bunch of heavy boxes, I'll be out. I can't do it. I can do it like once every now and then, but all day, every day, I can't do it. So this is why public safety is attractive to me. A lot of it is on the computer. I'm proficient on a computer. You know what I'm saying? I'm an Apple person, but I can bust out a little Microsoft. I done had classes on most of the stuff that they want you to have. Statistics, I know how to do that stuff. I'm not good at it, but I understand it, the mean, the median, and you know, the mode and all this stuff. I understand it 100%. I just don't. I'm not very good at it, but I understand statistics. I understand how they get it. Outliers and all that. Using a TI 83 uh, calculator. So I understand it. I can get back into it and bust it out. Math is just not my strong suit, but I understand why they use it. know what I'm saying? Uh, I'm just saying, it's just something I'm interested in. So I'm considering going back to work. Uh, if one of these departments call me and my time is up for the program, then I wouldn't mind being a public safety officer. Me and Big Blue over there in my truck, we can roll out to any of these locations, and if there's an epidemic and all that, and you know, help out the people. So I don't know. It's just something that I think it'd be a good landing for me because I don't have to do a lot of arduous physical work that's going to hinder me. Hopefully, and I can use my degree and use my knowledge, and the fact that I look the way I do isn't going to scare people off. They want somebody who has an authoritative look because when you're in emergency services, basically what it is, you want to know that something's going to get done. If a tornado hits your town or if some type of outbreak hits your spot, and everybody's running crazy, you want somebody to come in and be like, yo, this is what it is. I'm from the state, uh, I work for the state. This is how the state does things. You guys, there's a whole system that FEMA has when it comes to outbreaks, when it comes to epidemics. Uh, and it's just this whole build up and everybody, there's so many people involved in trying to right the ship, trying to get things back to where they were. And it all depends on what it is. And if you can't tell, we've been going through a lot of epidemics, whether it's floods, whether it's Zika virus, you know, any it, any and all organizations from the World Health Organization all the way down uh, is involved, all the way down to the mom and pop store. And when you're public safety, you don't roll up into a town and say, hey, this is what's going to happen. You roll up and say, how can I help you? You know, you represent the state. The state recognizes that there's an epidemic here. They recognize that there's an issue here. And when you roll up, you're like, I represent the state. And, this is the service that is, allotted to you. How can we help you? Some people roll up and, want to be all authoritative. That's not me. So I would roll up and, pretty much tell them what my position is and what I can do and the power that's behind my position. You know what I'm saying? Which is public safety officer. So that's what I'd like to do. I wouldn't mind doing that for the rest of my life. Also, it gives me a chance to look at a lot of issues that city, state, county, and federal government has that I might be able to fix because I'm creative. Thirdly, it's also something that you can do online. So you can you have your little YouTube channel or your little website, and you could talk about being a public safety officer and things that are going on, as long as it's not confidential, but things that are going on, and how these things are getting fixed, and so on and so forth. And people really want to know this because anything can happen to anyone at any given time. So they may want to know, how is the system set up? Because most people are oblivious to this. They're oblivious to, they know police officers, they know fire engines, they even know FEMA, but they don't know how FEMA operates. They don't know when FEMA's going to step in. They don't know at what financial level of terrible that, you're going to see the FEMA jackets come pouring in. They don't know that. Every tornado that hits, you're not going to see FEMA. Every flood that hits, you might not see them. it all depends on what's going on. Everything isn't Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? Everything is not like that. Hurricane Katrina. But nonetheless, that the system, there's a system within a system, and you're a part of the system. You know, the local people are the smartest people when it comes to an epidemic. They're the smartest people. Why? Because they live there. They're going to tell you which way that water is going to go. They're going to tell you what farm it's going to hit. They're going to tell you what crops it's going to wipe out. They know how many acres is there. They know stuff that you just don't know from not living there. You just don't roll in there and say, this is this, that, and the third, and we're taking over. You go, give us some information so we can help, you know, because you really don't know. The local people are the smartest people. They have the knowledge, and it's advantageous for when you roll up in there, you seek their help. You know what I'm saying? And another thing, sometimes you might not want FEMA to help you because it's so big. Somebody might come in and just overlook everyone, not listen to anyone, and say, "I represent the government, and this is what's gonna happen." And you know what I'm saying? Because we know that there's some incidents that have happened at that level, and when the military stepped in, it was all bad. You're like, yay, military, until you're like, wait a minute. So there's a lot of skepticism, and I don't know. So anyway, so public safety officer is something I'm looking into more and more. I'm watching YouTube videos on it. I've already had classes on it. When you have healthcare administration, it falls up under the same umbrella as public safety, except public safety is more outside. Public safety is more traveling. Health administration, you could start off being an administrative assistant, and then get all your bearings together and knows who's who in the office, and get all your names and all that right. But most of what you're gonna do is administer. It's all gonna be in office. Public safety, you're gonna step out of the office. You're gonna take that knowledge and you're gonna walk out of the office, and you're gonna go to some neck of the woods you've never been to, and you're gonna have to administer that same knowledge and distribute and implement. You're gonna have to implement that knowledge. That's a whole different story, because implementation takes some knowledge of statistics. It takes some time, and it takes a lot of cooperation. And if everybody's not on the same sheet of music, and you try to implement something, it's just not gonna work. Anyway, it's your boy Tone 202, man. God loves you, and so do I.